posted much on Blind with a Vision. Let me see if I'm actually live. Okay, I don't think anyone is going to be joining Blind with a Vision here. Welcome. This is Anna here on Blind with a Vision, where we always have a vision, and the vision has been pretty blurry this whole last year. Wow, I can't believe we're already on in 2026. And Anna has not been on Blind with a Vision for a long time. I kind of vanish, disappear. He desaparecido de Ciegos con una visión, donde siempre tenemos una visión y la visión ha estado muy borrosa. Yeah, the blind vision has actually been pretty blurry. It's been like that for, wow, more than a year, a whole year. And it got really almost gone during the summer. I have gone through a lot, but it's been well. I have to share. I know no one is probably gonna join this live video. It seems like Blind with a Vision has disappeared. Cierto que Blind with a Vision, Ciegos con una Visión, ha desaparecido aquí como de YouTube. Apenas ha estado regresando a Facebook and also on Instagram. Yeah, I actually just started to kind of little by little going back to Facebook and Instagram, and my main niche has always been YouTube. Sí, mi nidito siempre ha sido YouTube. I don't know, I always prefer YouTube better than any other social media, although I like Instagram and Facebook, even if it's pretty visual. I struggle knowing what to use to share on Instagram because it's an application where you actually have to share a photo or video. And of course, that's a struggle when you're totally blind and you try to do your own postings and your own content, which is not really content. It's just my sharing about the blind vision. All right, let me see if this is working. Let me see. I'm actually checking my screen with my little Anna finger eye. Okay, so I am actually just checking and see. All right, so let's go ahead and stop being anxious about doing a live video because I haven't done this, and I usually get pretty anxious in the. It's been like that for many months, and I actually got ready many times and got my things ready here to do my live video, and then I actually end up just sitting on my couch and saying like, you know what, I'm not doing any live video. I don't know if I look okay. I don't know if I'm actually centering myself. And then I realized like, it's not really feeling uncomfortable if I don't show myself, because I have always done videos where actually I used to just show Capri's tail and Capri's ears or the sidewalk or the sky, or I would just show people's butts right in front of me. I used to have all these videos where people message sharing that you were just showing a gross butt standing in line at the restaurant, and it's like, oops. But anyway, this is Anna for anyone that is going to be watching this video. This is Anna from Blind with a Vision. I've been sharing on YouTube for the longest time. My YouTube channel actually got monetized back in 2020, when we were just in the house, and it was just 2020. So I go like, okay, if I'm gonna be in the house, just which happens with us the blind, is not social distancing. The social distancing and the pandemic lifestyle is pretty common among the blind community, and I include myself in that category. It's just me, myself, and I. And then I just learned to enjoy my own company and my guide's company, and just going to the store and places and going for walks and going to restaurants and going to the mall just by myself and videotaping whatever I could videotape. And that was a lot of fun, crossing the street with Capri, Guido Capri, and I don't know how I did it with my heels and my platforms and my shopping on the shoulder and the guide dog and the videotape and the AirPod, and just running across the street videotaping. That was really, it was amazing. And then to fast forward, I go like, okay, I'm gonna be in the house. I got COVID. I was in the hospital for 17 days, and I go, you know what? I have to monetize. I never thought about monetizing, and you need 4,000 hours to monetize. Having 1,000 subscribers, that's not issue. That was not an issue for me, but the hours is a little difficult, especially if what you share is just a channel that is about the visual disability, and it's not sophisticated, and the thumbnails are not the best because come on, I just do it myself. It's not professionally done, and I never care. And then I just start, even in the hospital, I was editing my little Anna videos in English and Spanish, and I actually was posting over there in the hospital, and I would get up and exercise with my little mask and my making, braiding my hair. And then I would ask to change my gown every single day, and they would take me for a walk around the hospital. And just to, to remain, I don't know, just to feel better. And then guess what? I monetized. However, my channel never got popular. And then I don't know. I guess I didn't care because I hear from a lot of people that is going blind. In Spain, a lot of people that knows me or I know them in Spain, in Central South America, Mexico, now in the United States, for with my English videos, and a lot of people that is bilingual in English and Spanish, the way it is for me. Although English is my second language, as you guys could hear. And it was fun monetizing, but it was not fun, figuring out that, okay, people is not interested in watching a channel that is like, I'm not going to say about the visual disability, but it's just so many blind people sharing out there, which is great because with the blind then get to get visibility around the world. And that's what I go for: visibility, 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 because the social world doesn't really know much about us, the blind. And then Capri, my guide dog, passed away, and that really, really hit hard. It's been already 3 years that Capri passed away. As many of you guys know, or those who know me, I actually went back to get a guide dog. Was highly discriminated at Guides of America and Silmar. It was nasty, disgusting. I was pretty much pushed aside. Like, no one in the class really talked to me at all, except for the older guy who was almost 80, who was also pushed aside because he was older. And then they gave me the most beautiful guide dog, came home, and she ran away on Christmas Day. I returned the guide dog, and then I was blamed, and I was never given the opportunity to even talk to the president. No one took my phone calls. No one called. I was not even put. Wouldn't even put toilet paper in my room. They never didn't even clean my room. The lady in the cafeteria in the dining, she would even take my food away from my. It was disgusting, and then I just was so positive. I don't even understand how come I never, like my daughter says, I don't even know why I didn't just get the dog, give it to the trainer, grab my luggage, and came home. No, I went into my positive mode, and after that, things start getting worse and worse for me. And this year, um, during the summer, I experienced identity fraud by a nasty 36-year-old who was working here for me at home. Pretty clear that she was gonna do that, and I was into my positive mode. And then everything has gotten worse, and I've been having a really, really, I guess, nasty, for the lack of a better word, situation. In the place where I live, I have always been highly discriminated, harassed, retaliated. I'm going through a horrible situation, and that is the reason why I kind of, well, disappear from my social media, from YouTube. It's been really bad. So if you hear that something happened to Blind with a Vision, Anna, and something happens to me, blame that person that did identity fraud, the husband, them, people that lives in the place where I live, staff members, maintenance person, and just people really, really bad. And all of that has been the reason why I kind of have disappeared, of course, when it's just you and, as I say, me, myself, and I. It's not easy to deal with all those situations, especially when you're blind and they take advantage of the blindness. Come on, you guys. I have to share with you guys some live videos about the whole identity fraud and how someone has the courage to actually grab your phone from your table and open up your phone with your face ID. I mean, you have to be really evil to actually do that to a blind person that is there. But anyway, it's January 1st, 2026. Happy New Year. I hope your 2025 was better than me. I was reflecting a few days about the whole thing about New Year's, and I actually sat down in front of my computer the way I always do. I write a lot. I actually always write. And instead of looking at focusing on writing about all the nasty situations that I've been living the whole year, nasty situations where is pretty evil because of nasty sided humanoids, I have to say. No blind, well, here and there, there is some blind people that are only rotting the soil they step on, to be honest with you. As we say in Spanish, nada más anda pudriendo la tierra que pisan, they do. And I actually sat on my computer and I go like, I'm gonna start writing and listing all the blessings that I had in 2025, and they were more than all those negative things that I been experiencing, even though it's not has not been easy, and that has paralyzed me, I have to say. It really has paralyzed my life, has affected my life um, in a very negative situation. But I start listing. Okay, I go like, oh, I'm still here. I have a place to live. I have food. I have the money to buy my stuff that I need. I've been getting help from other programs that are assisting me to help me, get out of this situation. Have the police involved. I have social services. I have adult protective services. I have people, that is within. They have the power to actually help me to make sure that I'm okay. But when you talk about reaching out to quote unquote family members and quote unquote friends and just people that you know, believe me, that then you really understand that humans, for the most part, do not care about anybody else. We're pretty selfish, I guess, for the lack of a better word. So I have gone through a lot. For anyone that, some of you that it's interesting. Sometimes you do videos on YouTube and you create digital content, and you just sharing, in my case, about the disability. And then you think a lot of people, because they always message sharing that you guys are going through similar situations, especially related to the disability. And then you just think that, oh, yeah, they think of you, that they're going to miss you. Like, no, it's not like that for me. Maybe I'm the only one, but there is only a specific number of people that have really messaged and asked about me. Like my friend Marco in the Amazonian, Peruvian, Amazonia Peruana, and over there in Peru, in the Amazonian area next to Brazil. He was always checking on me. Alfredo from Peru as well. Gonzalo from Peru. It seems like people from Peru, they are always checking on me. People from Spain, honestly, they're always checking on me. In the United States, there is people that I know, and they do too, right? So I'm not gonna say. And now I have actually subscribers and followers from England, even somewhat, people that speak Spanish in England. That's interesting. People from India who follow me, people from Italy, and I go like, so what are the views? If I have all these people from everywhere, have people from Turkey, they follow me from Turkey, they follow me from, I don't know, because on YouTube you're able to see who is watching your videos, and I don't know. So I guess I thought I would stop here just to check in, and I've been threatened that they're gonna take away my monetization from my YouTube channel, Blind with a Vision. I go like, no, 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 no. So I've been wanting to come back and just working on trying to find solutions to my life situation. I hope you guys had a blessed and a better 2025, and that 2026 is going to be another year, another opportunity to do things that you also want to do. And I guess that's how it is to be human, right? That's how it is to be, to live, for us humans. And when you have a visual disability, I don't fucking care if anyone says like, oh, and it's just complaining. No, no, it's because no one, other people don't live on my skin, and it's been for me very challenging this year. And she's getting sick physically, as an outcome of the whole stress and everything that I've been living, and being scared and being threatened and being just a lot going on. And there's been months where I just found myself kind of giving up, and then I just get up, and then I just go back, and finally I go like, you know what? I need to go back to my Blind with a Vision. I need to go all over again. I'm gonna die sharing about the visual disability, even if no one watches my videos, because it's true. 75% of people that watches videos on a YouTube channel, and I already researched this, and I've heard those people that are popular. That is not even people that subscribe; it's people that they end up in finding you on your YouTube channel. So for those who have messaged all these weeks and months, because I do read the comments, there is always someone that is going blind, and then I find myself reading your comments and crying about your situation and hating that you're depressed because you got retinitis pigmentosa, you have glaucoma, you had a car accident, or you. For those parents who message me and say that you just had a baby that was born blind, that really, really makes me. I get sensitive about it. Um, for the baby. And those parents ask me like, how what am I gonna do with a blind kid? How am I gonna teach him? I want my kid to be independent as you. And I go like, quote unquote independent, right? Because with the blind, it is a whole thing about the concept of independence. But my answer for anyone that has a blind child, blind baby, is like, more than focusing on the disability, always remember that that baby is your son or your daughter. Remember, never lose focus of the fact that you had a baby and it's your son and your daughter. You do not focus on the fact of the, oh, blind child. Of course, it's very different, about when you have a blind kid, because I think a lot of the situations that with the blind have, and many people that was born blind, I think is the lack of education from the parents, and there is a lot of interesting and interesting, I'm not going to say anything else, interesting behavior among the blind community that I believe it has to do because of the blindness and the lack of parents involvement when it comes to the visual description of the world and exposing their kids to really, really exposing themselves to the visual world and not just keeping the kids in the house. But for me, it's been challenging. I actually just thought I would just come and stop by and say hello. I was going to do this video in English and Spanish, and I actually totally forgot about that. A lot of my subscribers are Spanish speakers from Central South America, Spain, and I have people that just follow me in other locations that they actually speak Spanish. Hopefully, things will go better for me and my blind vision will get a little better. um, I've been just focusing on things that I have to do and trying to just find solutions for my situation. But I really have to come back and do videos and share with you about a lot of the situations that I have experienced, and I actually experience every single time that I go out. I just went to Dollar Tree, and again, for the 10,000th time, I stood there by the cash register asking for assistance, and in a very rude way, said like, "We don't have anyone." And then you just find yourself a little uneasy with a customer in line saying like, "I can go and help you do your shopping," and it's like awkward because I don't even know this person, and um, I actually feel grateful, and but it's uncomfortable. So I just went and walk around, did a video. I have to upload it, and I don't know. It's just a lot. It's been overwhelming. I'm not gonna hide it, and it's what has prevented me from continuing with uploading videos. I have tons of videos that I never uploaded, like all the videos that I took during the season convention, the accessible convention that happens. It was the 40th convention that happens here in Southern California. It's been in California, and I took so many videos with the smart, the We Walk weekend. It's great. I didn't upload the videos, and I don't know. It was just overwhelming. And then I have videos from the sailing trip back in October, and then I have videos. I've been going out, and I took many, many months where I just went out and I never took videos. But then, I've been having videos last year. I have videos from last year. Took videos when I went to England, which a lot of those are not really worth it. They're not really worth it, honestly. Maybe parts where it's just me, myself, and I. And I don't know. I hope that this year is going to be way, way better for me, and I'm going to put all my effort and my discipline and my unwilling to work on whatever I have to work and just push myself, because honestly, I guess it's not really what happens to us, but how we react to what happens, although it's easy to say. I guess I've been trying to apply the logotherapy from Viktor E. Frankl, the author of the Men's Search for Meaning. That is not what happens to us, is how we react to what happens. And I guess we just have to deal with humanoids as we go along the road or the life trip for most of us. And it's true, it's true. Not even family members care if you don't have a place to live, or if you don't have any food, or if you don't have any money, or if you don't have water, or if you don't have a ride. And when we are blind and vulnerable, it's so easy for us to dwell in the limitation. And have to say that it's been many, many years that I don't get depressed and climb on my bed and just don't get up for days. I know I still getting up and showering and doing my makeup, getting on my treadmill and eating and watching Netflix. I've been Netflix binging, like when you just watch movies. I've been doing that a lot, and studying my Italian. I can't believe I watch Italian movies on Netflix and I understand so much. It's fascinating. So that's been a therapy for me, and I don't know, just keeping in touch with very, very, very specific people, and really understood that I cannot just waste my time with some humanoids, because then you look back and it's like 2 or 3 or 4 years and it's like waste of time, really. I don't know, we can just plan, but I guess my highlights, if I have to point at specific highlights to stop right here on this live video, my highlights from last year is that all those negative things that happened to me related to nasty and evil humanoids who they still around threatening me. I guess I want to take that away to actually turn it into content and material for the book that I'm writing, and my book and my stories, and for content that I have to share with you guys. Because I think we, as I mentioned over and over throughout the years, I think we nowadays we are so pushed to go into the positive psychology and toxic psychology, that life is beautiful, that everything is perfect, that you have to say the perfect thing on social media and this and that, whatever. It's like, no, I don't think so. Like, I apply my makeup, right? And I ask feedback from someone that is actually sitting next to me, right? You help with my makeup? Do you want to answer or not? I guess not. Um, and oh my gosh, it's just so much fake stuff on social media, right? I apply my makeup, but if you see how skinny I got very, very skinny. I actually have hypothyroidism, and it's not that I stop eating, but you look different when you have makeup. So I apply my makeup. I'm hoping I look different. I don't really sleep much. Sometimes I don't even eat in 2 days, but I eat a lot of cookies and candy and snack and ruffles and things like that. But I've been, no matter how much I eat, I'm not gaining weight. So I don't know. People just hide on social media, whatever. By the way, for a visual description for my blind subscribers, I'm actually wearing this Christmas top that I love. It's a long sleeve, but from the elbow below is tight, and then it has puffy, transparent, puffy sleeves. I love it, and it has the little, I guess, stones. I don't know if they're clear or red. I don't even know. And it has a high neck, but on the front is an opening. It's a top, and I have this flowy white skirt, and I have my red platform, I guess, sandals. Very simple. And I have red earrings, and I have red lipstick, and I did my makeup. But why am I saying that? Because I always give a visual description. As always, I go all over the place. But yes, I'm actually my Anna plan is to actually continue sharing the blind vision in English and Spanish. I actually created another channel in Spanish, and for another vision for the Spanish, my Spanish subscribers. Hopefully, I'll be able to just separate. Although this is my monetized YouTube channel, and it's not like you really make money, especially when your channel didn't get popular. So I'm gonna share, and everything that has happened to me and is happening to me, and all those stories that I live every single day, I will make sure to share that on a video that needs to be told. And I don't care if anyone say like, "Oh, Anna is negative," whatever. No, you guys do not live in my skin. You guys don't live in my experience. My experiences are valid because I'm living it, and I'm gonna make sure to share. So whoever watches my video and that person shares with somebody else and somebody else and somebody else gets to hear what we the blind have to endure in this visual world, right? Especially with humanoids, which they don't behave like that because they're sighted, but they make sure to take advantage of your blindness. They do if you allow them. Especially those nasty humanoids who are just narcissist and malignant and evil and whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna check to see if anyone I did not allow for comments. Let me see. Okay, I was gonna do this video in English. I see that I did not allow for comments because last time I was here, I saw a lot of sexual comments, and honestly, I do not want that. 38 watching now. I'm interesting that you guys are watching because I haven't been here in the longest. But yes, I'm gonna make sure that I share those stories that I've been living, like the identity fraud. When you are blind and you live alone and you bring into your house a nasty fat ass, this 36-year-old who anytime, I mean, it was more than obvious, right? She would go in the restroom and the first time she said like, she goes in, Miss Anna, is it okay if I use your restroom? And of course you can use my restroom. And then she would come out of the restroom and she would, is it okay if I use a little bit of your toilet paper? I go, who says that? Come on. The visual world, sighted people or some nasty humanoids, they really think we the blind are blind and stupid. Come on. Who would say that? Right? It's more than obvious. It's like, it's so disgusting. I have to share about that. And guess what? Resolution letter with the proof of who did it. And I just have to share about that. So you guys, maybe that would help you. Now, when you live alone, do they really think that you're blind and stupid and you don't know they came into your apartment and they're putting cameras in your place? Do they really think that we're blind and brainless? Many sighted people are brainless, honestly. And then it's just so disgusting how people take advantage of you. So I can go on and on and on, or the people that, because you qualify through programs or then to come and help you with some cleaning or whatever. Do they really think that you're not able to see that they're just texting and taking phone calls and that they didn't even clean what? I mean, do they really? I don't know. It's just incredible how people think that they can get away when and they can abuse older adults and disabled, and in my case, blind. I mean, it's comical. It's even comical, right? And of course, that's how we humans are. I'm sure I do things that are not okay, but I actually sit here and think about, okay, who am I? Who am I abusing like that? Who am I doing that? All I do is really talk a lot. I do. But for those who have messaged and have thought about Anna and the blind vision and how come I haven't been here on YouTube, honestly, that has been the reason I've been going through a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. I've been highly affected. I've been afraid. I'm not going to say it, but luckily, I live in the United States where there is a lot of programs that can save me. There is the police who come running when I call them, right? I have my accessible technology, so I'm grateful for that. This is what I actually focus, sitting in front of my computer, say, okay, what are the highlights of my 2025? Meaning the fact that I actually have what I need. When I get messages from people from Cuba, and this year I got to mingle with people, blind people from Cuba on WhatsApp, the beginning of the year, and it really, really helped me to actually be grateful for what I have. For them to be standing in line for a 2 pounds of brown sugar, and they're only allowed to have one per person, and it was more than the money that they get for the 4 month, 2,000 Cuban pesos, and they only get like 1,500 and 1,535 pesos for the month for blind people, and the sugar is like 2,000 pesos, and then you only can get that 2 pounds of sugar every 2 months. And I hear people in the WhatsApp talking about how hungry they are, messaging like they haven't had chocolate, whatever chocolate, for decades since whatever happened in their country. And they're starving and they're hungry and they just don't even have food. And I go like, Anna, you really not focusing on that you actually have too many, many blessings to be grateful for. So this is what I did. I actually um listed all the my highlights that I was able to do, last year, and the things that I have and be grateful for. And then I just, again, I go like, I need to go back, and I keep reading messages from blind people that keep getting, they're going blind. Like, I get messages every week from different people that obviously I don't even know, people from Chile, people from Argentina, people that message me from Ecuador, people from Mexico, which a lot of my following is from Mexico and Central and South America. Someone from Spain who say they found my video. One of the interesting videos that I got was a college classmate when I did my bachelor's degree. And he said he is actually going blind, lives here in Southern California, professor. Now he already has I think he has a PhD. And he messaged me, and we were classmates when you were doing your bachelor's degree. And I used to see you in class with your guide dog, and I never talked to you. And now I'm going blind, and I'm still teaching. And it was interesting that someone you think the blindness could happen to anyone. And we, of course, for me, I don't wish the blindness to anyone, but I don't know. I don't know why we're so, I guess, the lack of knowledge about people with visual disabilities, but I'm the proof that humans are very selfish and unkind. But I'm also the proof to know that most humans are kind, because whenever people ask me how am I able to make it out there and do things, I do it thanks to you, you, and you. I take from the moment, and my accessible technology, from the moment that I'm able to actually schedule an Uber ride, is because someone like Apple, of course, they want to make money. However, they actually took the time to think about the blind and make an iPhone accessible. And thanks to the iPhone and an Android phone, especially the iPhone for me, it's pretty accessible, and I'm able to reuse all these applications like Uber, regardless of the discrimination. And they've been sued for 124 millions now because they have been discriminated the guide users. I don't know if you guys heard September 12th, the Department of Justice, they're suing Uber for 124 millions for discriminating guide users. And I'm part of that. Honestly, when I had my guide, I was always discriminated. However, thanks to Uber, I can actually, because of their accessibility for the blind, I'm able to book my ride. And when I make it to the destination where I'm going, the drivers, even Uber, they actually tell me, go straight, the door is right there. Or they actually, for the most part, and Uber drivers don't come out, they actually come and help me and offer to take me to the door. And I'm grateful for that. And then when I go in there, I go and ask for assistance, and then they send a person to take me around the store to get my shopping. Sometimes it's overwhelming, I have to say, depending on who they give you. And then I'm able to get my shopping, and then they help me outside. They place me right there where the Uber can see me, and then I can call my Uber on the way back. Had a nasty situation back in October. I need to share a video about that. And then they put my shopping in the car, and then they help me. And then some Uber drivers, they even come to my door, Lyft. Taxi drivers who insist on bringing my shopping. And it's just these older people that they don't even speak English. And it's difficult to communicate when you're blind with someone, when you cannot point and say, like, I live right there, there. And then we're not able to talk, but they bring my stuff to the door. And I honestly, in the last months, I come, put my shopping here, and I go on my sofa and take a long, long, long break. And I'm not gonna hide that there are times when in the last months I just tears, 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 tears. And then I just get up, go and put my shopping away, cook my dinner, and take a break. So yes, I do it with people's help, and most people is kind, but of course there is always those nasty humanoids who are just rotting the soil they step on, the way life has always been, and the way humans are pretty selfish and self-focused. And I'm not even going to talk about family because I do not have a family. I don't. I don't have any parents. I don't have any siblings. I don't have any sisters. I don't have any brothers. I don't have nieces and nephews. I don't have them because they have never been there for me, honestly. Wiped out from Anna's family. There is people that are not my, it's not my blood, and actually they're helping as always. There is one here that has always helped me, and I'm grateful. And of course, I'm grateful for having my daughter, who is always there if I really, really, really need the help. Anyway, I hope this 2026 is a new beginning for you, and that if you have been struggling like Anna, uh, you also find a way to count your blessings and have a person that is really willing to actually be there for you, because it's really difficult finding yourself alone and not having the help. And when you find some help, it's just to use you and wanted to take advantage of you, because it was never about you. It was really about their benefits that they're going to get out of being around you. And I'm not going to allow that. No, I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate to have some people here just and allow more abuse or allow them to use me. No, I still have a brain. I'm still able to think. I'm still able to process. I'm still able to move. And this is the focus for 2026 and for the years to come. As long as I'm able to, I'm going to take care of myself. So I hope that you also focus on being mentally, physically, and emotionally well. Without having a good health, you don't do anything. I spent so many years getting all the degrees, my AA degree, then I got my bachelor's degree with a minor in Spanish, then I got two master's degree. And what is the job? I don't have a job. And I spent so many years studying, just wanting to get A's, 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 A's. I mean, I'm grateful because I have my A's. It feels great having your degrees. And I go like, oh, I'm gonna go for my PhD. For what? What? If two master's degrees didn't even help me to get a job, right? Because I was so focused on, they do this to me because I'm blind and this and that. And then you start getting overwhelmed and your body actually aches. You start having physical problems, physical issues. I very often say that this world is full of mentally blind people. There's so many people that they're not physically blind, they're mentally blind, honestly. And when they're mentally blind, they alter my blind life when I go out there. They do. Or when even now at home, it's disgusting. Now when you're in your house, they're mentally blind. They think that because we're blind, we're stupid and they can just take advantage and we will not know. Wrong. Totally wrong. And then when I go out there, remember one of my videos where I actually going to Los Angeles to take my Guido Capri to Guidos of America to be checked by the vet. And I'll have to take my access from the house to a specific point. And I took Uber to go to this specific point. And then over there, I would wait for my Los Angeles access, which is the accessible transportation for the blind. So I'm actually waiting. And the driver reassured me that he dropped me off where I asked for. I found myself lost at 7:30 in the morning, lost over there, and there isn't really people to ask. And then I called it in my eyes, and I got overwhelmed. And I just sat there and weep and cry and cry. And Capri would just lick my tears and like, what is it? What is it? And then she would just lay down crying with me. Like she would put her head down on the wall. And then you know what I did? Took out my video and did a video in Spanish. And then I did one in English, crying. And then after that, I took a long break, and it's already the location is the mall is open. Of course, I missed my ride because the brainless driver who thinks with his eyes and not with his brain didn't even want to come around the mall to look for me. And I was actually around the corner. And this is what happens when you're blind. The thing is right there. It's just right there. Like what my friend Nico from Spain says, you're within one step of the entrance to the metro and you keep going around. And for what a step, you miss it. And it's just right there on your face, Anna. And that happens to us. You go like, I watch your videos. I see that. And that's true. So he was around the corner, whatever. And then I just shook it off. Well, went for a walk with Capri, took her to Relief, and then we just went into the mall. We went to Apple, we went to do shopping, and then I end up on my place, Red Robin, to take a break from the fucking blindness, because being blind is mentally tiring. And when those things happened, when people would ask, like, why were you crying, Anna? Whew. Because number one thing, I was frustrated about being blind because of the physical blindness. But that driver was mentally blind and he messed up my day. And at the end, I'm the one that end up not only physically blind, and then also mentally blind, because now I have all these negative thoughts about that driver, stupid driver. And then I end up emotionally blind, which is the worst blindness, you guys. Honestly, is the worst blindness when we get emotionally blind. We, the blind, know that we don't have to have sight in order to actually enjoy life and live and just enjoy life and do things. It takes us a while to do things, it's different. And life would be easier if we have the sight. For those who tell me, like, Anna, you're wrong. No, I would never want my sight back. It's because you were born blind and you were not able to see how beautiful sight is. It gives you such freedom. You can walk on the street and just glance around and quickly see everything. And for us, we have to measure and count every single step. We have to count every single step, and our body starts stiffens. Like, I'm walking on the street, like my friend from Mexico says, someone that I know that is blind, and we're walking on the street, and then you hear construction. And then you just put your head like this. I'm moving my head to my left, and then you're trying to listen with your ear, and then you're moving, and then you're walking, kind of being careful to see where the construction is coming from. And then your body moves differently. You're raised. And then your body starts tensing up. And if that happens every day, because you have to do everything by yourself, because you don't really have help, after a month and a year and years and decades, of course you're going to end up with body pain. You do. And then as you start getting older, you realize how really humans are. They, most of them are. I always say that I don't have family, but I have a whole world of family strangers that make a whole difference in my life, and they don't even know they did that. And it always works for me when you only encounter with one person once or twice because they were nice. But once you get to know people, forget that they want to stick around, and it's like, oh, she's blind. Oh, whatever. I can take advantage. I'll stick around because, I'll take advantage of her. I'll use her debit card and go and make all these purchases on Walmart.com. She will not know. Of course I knew. I mean, it's disgusting how some people could just do that to older adults and the disabled and just whoever they do, because they do it to everyone. It's just nasty, disgusting people. Like, but yeah, that's what's been happening in Blind with a Vision. I really hope you also take this year. It's a new beginning for you, that everything that was didn't work for you last year serves as a point of reference for you to say, like, okay, I'm going to try something different. It's not what happens to me, but how I react to it. I'm going to try to work on this and that, and focus on preserving your sanity and your health, physically, mentally, and emotionally, because with that, the blind vision really gets blurry, and then you disarm yourself and you're more vulnerable for people to take advantage of you, right? And I guess that's how it is to be human and be alive. And there isn't much really we can do. We just have to find solutions and ways. And I feel encouraged again. I really put in all my effort to see if my life can change pretty soon. I made a big move. Um, Even if I don't have a place, pretty soon will not have a place to live. I just go, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's go to a shelter because I'm going to end up dead over here and killed by these evil people that live here. Right? Maybe sounds extreme, but you know what? My point is that I guess sometimes we just have to take decisions. Just do it. Do it. do it. And those people who actually come and steal from you, well, we'll see what happens to them. Keep doing it, I guess, because you will always do that. Once you are like that, you're always going to be like that. But for my blind people, be careful who you allowed your stuff and who you can bring into your house, and who you allow to take your credit cards and your debit cards and this. Not even if they actually work for social services, not even if they are people in the rental office, whatever. Do not, be careful. And it's not that we have to be paranoid about it. And another thing, you share with sighted people about what's going on, and you're the one that is wrong. You're the one that, oh, I don't think he's like that. Are you sure? Whatever. Do not allow those people to change, to make you think that you're the one with the problem. No, because that happens all the time. I've seen it over and over and over. And you know what? I don't even get upset that anymore. Years ago, I used to, because I go, how could you switch the whole that I'm the one? It's my fault. Really? Is it my fault that someone actually is a thief and is doing identity fraud and is working in this setting with blind people and all other adults? Because is it my fault that they like to steal and they actually have their targets where they actually go and do their little, little is huge, that they use your information. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to this year. Um, my I always say that we don't have to have sight in order to have a vision and mission in life, and I really am working hard to just uh, making a big change, and hopefully my blind vision will get a little bit more clear, and I'll be able to achieve things that I want to achieve, and keep going with my live videos and sharing with you short videos on those situations. Those people need to be exposed. They need to. They have to. And do not doubt your blind vision and your blind perception and your blind intuition and your person intuition. Sometimes we try to convince ourselves otherwise, that, oh no, I'm blind, I don't think it's true. Like, no, go, you better believe it. If you feel, if you're doubting and you're having the intuition that something is not wrong, something is wrong with whoever people, focus on that. Anyway, I hope you guys are had an amazing Christmas, a blessed Christmas. That your New Year's Eve was fun, and I actually cook tamales, chicken tamales, and I cook beef tamales, and I cook sweet tamales like a dessert. Oh, I haven't had any. And I also actually cook those one with chili and cheese. And I cook pozole. It was pretty. I think my pozole was good. And yeah, it was a lot of tamales, and it was fun. It was fun cooking. So I took all my sweet time. I was gonna upload videos. I go like, but I really focusing on doing things that you know I can only do so much. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly check and see who's here. Let me see. Hopefully my internet is okay. Let me see. Oh, well, thank you for you guys. I see 59 people. I did not allow for any comments because I don't know. Last time I was here, I was getting a lot of sexual comments. Disgusting. Actually, kind of funny, to be honest. And let me see. Thank you so much for joining. And keep an eye. I was going to do this video in English and Spanish, but I guess I'll come back. And yeah, Happy New Year. Happy 2026. And I'm going to find my done button. Let me see. They changed everything. Changed everything on YouTube. And it took me a while to figure out how to do the live video. But I got help from someone that is, uh, I mean, someone that helped me to do this. Okay, I found the finish button, which is on the top left. All right. Okay. Hopefully this year I'll gain back some weight. A lot of people want to lose weight, and Anna wants to gain some weight. I got So skinny, but guess what? Everything fits. My little tiny cute dresses fit perfect with my high heels. And I still look cute. Anyway, all right. Bye, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Adios. Yes, I'm sure I want to stop streaming. Well, thank you for joining, Anna. I'm so glad many of you joined. I'm surprised. Wow.